What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Dawg House Podcast with your host, JayRod and
JDawg.
I have returned from Costa Mesa, California with another loss under my Who's Number One record. And before we get into me talking about it, I would love to hear your perspective of the event. Did you get to watch the event live?
Yes, I watched it live.
Okay. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Okay. I'm going to shoot it to you straight. I watched the whole card. It was an amazing card, by the way. Most of the time, I kind of only, watch people I know or, on my team or something. But this card, I watched the whole thing through because I was like, wow, there's a lot of good matchups. But your match specifically, I will first say that without being biased, I did think you won. And the reason why I thought you won was because my philosophy on why I thought Jay won was watching the match live. It was clear that out of the 15 minutes, right? Out of 15 minutes, you controlled at least 14 minutes out of 15 minutes, right? It was you taking him down multiple times. A few times you took him down to a guard pass or to his back, and they stopped the match and had to reset back on the feet.
Yeah.
And every time you took him down, what did he want to do? Get back up to his feet. So that shows that you are controlling the match because you're putting him somewhere where he does not want to be.
Yeah.
He's not putting you anywhere you don't want to be, except for 30 seconds out of the match. He put you somewhere where you didn't want to be.
Yeah.
So that's 30 seconds compared to 14 minutes of you putting him down where he did not want to be. He wanted to get back up, and sometimes passing his guard again to his back off him and takedown. In my mind, had won you the match.
Yeah.
With that being said, I got so pissed off. I'm sitting here watching the match. I'm like, all right, we got this in the bag. It was like, 2 minutes left?
Yeah.
About 2.5 minutes left. And you go for that wrestle up, and he kind of stuffs it.
This was like about 5 minutes.
Was it
left.
5 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You go for the wrestle up, and he stuffs it, and you kind of end up in a front headlock. And he starts to get your back, and you roll to your side and give him out. When you went for the wrestle up, live in my head,
flashbacks to Tynan.
Not just that, I was just like, I felt like you just paused.
Yeah.
Like after he stuffed it, you kind of just like went front headlock turtle.
Well, the thing is, they stuff it with my fucking foot, so they're controlling my bottom foot. So it doesn't. It looks like I'm just stopping, but I'm trying to posture while they're controlling the bottom leg. Very good technique on their end. Yeah. But if they're able to control, like say I'm on my left hip, I can't get up if I can't put this foot on that. Yeah.
Bottom leg.
If this foot is off the mat, I can't get up, essentially.
Yeah, so the wrestle up you went for, it was kind of like off from him controlling that bottom leg, and you kind of came up. But just from my perspective, obviously I know how it is to compete, and the athlete always is feeling different than what people are always seeing. Yeah. But from my perspective, I was like, Jay, why'd you stop? I was like, why'd you stop?
Yeah.
You let him get there. And I got upset because I know in practice, I mean,
very different reaction.
Yeah, well, no one really submits to a head and arm.
Yeah.
So you're very comfortable being there. Right? It's like in practice, you almost let people get there.
Yeah, for sure. And
because you're going to get out. And so in my head, I'm like, he just let him get there because he just knows he's going to get out, and then it cost him the match. Yeah. I was like, fuck. I was so pissed when he got the head and arm because I know the judges were going to be like, oh, head and arm. Like, bro, there's nothing there. There's no choke there.
When's the last time you ever saw head and arm work at high-level competition?
I know. And once he had it, you were out within like less than 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And then you were right back to the same pace of taking him down, back on top of him. Him trying not to get taken down. You're taking him down anyway. But in the back of my head, I knew, I was like, they're gonna get a boner over that freaking head and arm, and they did. So I was like, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, overall, for you guys at home that maybe didn't get to see the event, I think I secured 3 takedowns, and essentially every time.
Is that including the ones out of bounds?
I think it was like 3 solid takedowns.
Yeah, because I think it was more than that if you're including the ones that went out of bounds and you landed like in a good position, but you reset back up to your feet.
Almost all of them landed out of bounds.
A lot did, yeah.
Like, yeah, there was only one that was like kind of in, but then I started like pressuring, passing, and then it's just like, stop, reset.
Are those who's number one mats? Are they bigger than a wrestling mat or smaller?
I want to say maybe a little bit bigger.
Really bigger than
Maybe
like a wrestling like mat, like high school wrestling mat.
Yeah,
because I feel like you have so much more problems of people going off the mat than you do in wrestling.
Well, it's because one, there's a lot more actual physical rolling that can be done in jiu-jitsu, as well as there's a lot more you can get away with in jiu-jitsu. Whereas if the guy's taking steps backwards, they're not calling stalling calls.
They're trying to now. They're trying.
Yeah, but it's more like
it's not the same as wrestling though. Still.
Yeah. It's
you have to really be running away to get a stalling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I see anyone who has any sort of like high pace wrestler style, everyone's going off the mats. Yeah, and I'm like, are the mats not big enough? Like,
well, it just need a pit.
That's true.
Just need a pit.
That's true. The pit did solve that. That's a very good point.
Yeah. I think a lot of people mentioned it as well. Like if they think the match would have went differently, if a lot of matches go drastically differently if there wasn't so many resets, you know? Mm-hmm. Think about how many resets have affected the momentum of so many matches over the course of all of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Think about any ADCC event. People are running off the mats and stuff like that.
I think it would be exciting for people to see you on the CGI team duel.
Yeah.
Because I think you have an exciting style to see with walls like that in the pit. Yeah.
I think it would be a lot of fun. As for the fight, we actually talked about it a little bit on the last podcast. I was very, very sick about 2 weeks before the fight, and pretty much for like 3 days I couldn't fucking move. I sat on my couch with like 3 layers of coats on and like a blanket and just like shaking. Yeah.
It
was very bad.
Any time the words come out of my mouth to Teresa, if I ever say I'm a little cold, she knows I'm getting sick because I'm never cold.
Really?
I'm always hot. So if I'm cold, it's like, you're sick.
Yeah.
So for you to be like in blankets and stuff, it's like,
bro, yeah.
Oh, he's sick.
Yeah.
Well, I noticed when you first started getting sick, that first day you came into practice from being sick, you look like dead.
I felt
like you weren't talking to anyone.
Yeah.
You were like quiet. You're just like over there in the mat, and you just look like sucked out. I was like, dang, this.
Yeah. Dude,
what's wrong with Boogie Bear over there?
I was going through it. Yeah. It was rough. A lot of shit going on top of that. My fucking. I almost don't want to say this stuff just because it feels like an excuse. There's just shit going on. Like my fucking truck breaking. It's just like another thought to fucking have on mind.
Head, especially dealing with those people.
Bro, oh my God, so much money.
Yep.
I called my dad. I was like, Dad, I got a bad idea and I need you to tell me no. Did I tell you this?
No.
I'm like, Dad, they're trying to charge me like $700 a week for this rental car. Should I just buy a C5 Corvette?
Might as well.
I was like, honestly, it's like if I can negotiate, get something for like $8,000, have it not be too big of a piece of shit, and just have a C5 Corvette for like, I don't know, a month or two.
Yeah.
And instead of throwing money away into the rental, I could throw money away into a C5 Corvette.
Throw money away in a car I get to keep.
Yeah. This is actually just throwing money away with a rental car. Yeah. Whereas if I just put the money into a vehicle, I could quickly sell it soon after for the same price. Like, I'm not trying to make money off of it. I don't know.
Yeah. Did you feel?
Yes.
Did you still feel?
Yeah. Immediately.
Like about the match?
Did I still feel what?
I was going to say, did you still feel the effects of being sick?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I still feel it, like, even now. I mean, I still have, like, congestion and stuff.
Dude, that shit lingers for so long, man.
Normally, it doesn't with me. I was very confident in, like, me being sick. I was like, match is 2 weeks away. We're fucking good. Like, I'll be fine next week. And I still, like, to this day, I have, like, every day, all throughout the day, I just hack up fucking mucus. During the match, like 2 minutes in, I'm like, I'm not even wheezing because I'm like, I guess I'm like tired, but I'm wheezing because I can't fucking breathe. It's like, I feel it. It's like, it's very, very annoying.
Yep. I used to get, it's so interesting, but I used to get like seasonal asthma. Same time every year, I would get like this like pneumonia or bronchitis where I just have so much shit in my chest and I couldn't breathe, and I'd have to take an inhaler to all my matches.
Yep.
And like use it
during the winter.
Yep. During the winter. Yep. And I'd have to use an inhaler in all my matches.
Yeah.
And then come springtime, it'd be fine.
Yeah. My asthma definitely was worse in the winter time.
Yep.
I don't know why.
And then I had a little bit of anxiety on top of that, just from competing, dude.
Yeah,
it was just,
sure.
It was like hard sometimes. Whenever I'd get in those like super long overtime matches, it was like, I can't breathe.
Get my inhaler.
Yeah, cure thumb quickly.
What else is there to say about the match? I got 3 takedowns. This guy pretty much, he initiated the takedowns, and I was able to score off of them. Maybe not score. I was able to take him down. It's a sub-only rule set, so there's no points or anything.
I had something else to say when you're done.
Yeah. What else? Took him down 3 times.
You had like an exchange where y'all had a cool-looking flurry where you got to his back. You chased his back, and he like did a forward roll, and like it was like a good little flurry. You were close to getting his back there.
Similar sequences. We pretty much just had like, I take him down, and he would like
not want to be down.
not want to be down one. Yeah. So the moment I did take him down, he's immediately like posturing and looking to not be down, right? So this is a person that doesn't want to sit down, just kind of flailing, kicking, whatever. And then anytime I got to standing rear body lock, so like even if I'm not taking him down, I just get to like, I get behind him. This guy was, this is why I trained with Jackson a lot leading up to this camp, because I knew they were going to be doing the same stuff.
That's a good point. You
get behind Jackson, and he just...
Yeah.
And I knew it was going to be the same type of stuff. I was just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And, I mean, no offense. I mean, it works, right? It works. It gets me away from them.
That's what bothers me. It's like, what he was doing was, people would say is spazzy and random if he did it in practice. But if he does it in competition and he works and he wins, it's like, wow, he's so athletic.
Yeah.
Like, but people got to stop calling certain moves spazzing. If it works, dude. Yeah. Like, it's hard to hold on to someone who just full sends a forward roll or just full sends a switch like Jackson does. Like, it's hard to hold on to someone like that.
I completely agree. Yeah. So anytime I got behind him, he was essentially immediately doing a forward roll. Not even a forward roll. This guy was doing a front flip.
Yeah.
With me holding on to him behind him, right? So as he's doing this front flip. This is his body, right? So if this is his body, this is his head up here. He flings his head down towards his feet, does the forward roll, and then as he's doing the forward roll, his back hits the mat, and then flings his legs. So my body, his legs are like in between my legs, and my body's being flung across. And as I got body lock, and I'm like, oh, this is good. I'm like, what the fuck? What is it? What is he even doing? Does he know what he's doing?
I just thought of a meme. Oh my God, I thought of a meme. I need to find it. I've sent to you a long time ago. Have you seen that video of it's like this black guy on a podcast and he's sitting on like a white couch. He's like, and then the dude's legs swung out to the side.
Yes,
that's literally you right now. Oh,
yeah, that's pretty much what was going on. I mean, I honestly, I don't know if he knew what he was doing, but I mean, it worked. Seemed to work out for him. I lost control of the standing rear body lock, and that's good for him. And then the sequence essentially that lost me the match. So I believe we went through a flurry, and I take him down, and he looks to enter some sort of leg entanglement. I'm defending it accordingly, and I kind of limp legging out. And as I'm limp legging out, he starts building height, and he continues controlling that bottom leg that he was initially looking to attack for some sort of leg lock. So as he builds height, controlling that leg, as we were talking about earlier, he pulls it up, so it's hard for me to also build height. So he builds height. I can't build height because he's controlling that leg. So I look to maybe attack his legs or look to wrestle up. Can't really do that when they're controlling that bottom leg, though. It's very difficult. So throughout that, he spins around me, and he's looking for back exposure. And in any normal reaction, I would simply just build to quad pod, defend one hook, not allow him to get one hook in, and then he would slide off, and I would be back to either passing his guard, or we would be in the neutral position. That would be the typical sequence for me. I've done this in so many matches. A good reference that just popped into my head, my match with William Tackett. Maybe not the best reference because I got submitted in that match, but early on in the match, I believe Tackett got back exposure. He's on standing rear body lock. I'm in quad pod, and he's looking to insert hooks. He inserts one hook, I believe. I defend the one on the left side, shuck him off, and then he falls off, and I'm looking to pass his guard. So that is a common sequence for me, or a common kind of reaction for me, and if I was not dying in that moment, with everything going on throughout this camp, I would have had that reaction. But instead of building height, as I always do thousands of times, I rolled to my back. Rolled to my back because I was like too tired to build height. So I just looked or opted to concede bottom. And within that, he mounted me for about I believe the entire sequence from me being on bottom turtle, from him wrestling up from that leg entanglement, was about 40 seconds to the point of me escaping the mounted position. It was less than 40 seconds, I believe. So that's what Josh was saying. Essentially, the judges are valuing what he did within those 40 seconds more valuable as opposed to everything else, all the takedowns and action I caused throughout that match. With all that,
I have two things to say.
Yeah.
First thing, this isn't just your match. This is what I've seen across Who's Number One and a lot of these submission-only rule sets as well, is if you're going to value that 40 seconds over the whole match of basically you're losing the whole match, and then you're not losing the match for 40 seconds, and that wins you the whole match, because what they probably saw, I would assume, is a submission attempt, and then second to that, they saw a scoring position.
Yeah.
Right. He was the only one in the whole match that got to a scoring position.
Like a solid controlling.
A scoring position. If that's the case, if you're going to put so much emphasis on getting to a scoring position in a submission only match, then why not just add points?
Yeah.
Why not just add points then?
Yeah.
Why are we doing this no points, but yet when you get to a point position where it's like, oh, he won.
Yeah.
Just add points.
Yeah.
It solves everything. It solves if he would have gotten there, scored, and then won 2-3-0, there wouldn't have been no argument. There would have been no question. You would have lost 3-0. But that's not the case. There is no point. So you have to take into consideration all the other things I did that you said caused actions or got close to scoring.
Yeah.
If this is all based off judge's decision.
Yeah.
So why not just add points?
Yeah,
right?
Why not just add points?
Like,
Yeah.
so that was
Why
my
not
first.
just have me lose by
A questionable loss now because there's
Yeah.
no valid. There's no valid.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's very bad for spectators too. It leaves the spectators in confusion.
Yeah.
Horrible, I think. And then second of all, I can't stand when people freaking say this. It pisses me off. And Ronaldo said it after the match. So Ronaldo, I'm calling you out. You want a real tough match? He's right here. All right. No, but at the end of the match, he was like, yeah, you know, I got to a scoring position or whatever, and he took me down a lot, but this isn't a wrestling match.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
He said
that made me
He said
very...
he took me down a lot, but this isn't a wrestling match. Hold on. I got so many things to say about this.
Yes.
Pause.
Go off.
Yeah.
Go off.
I'm just like, first and foremost, you say this isn't a wrestling match, but every time you got taken down, you got back up to your feet. So you were engaging more so in wrestling than anyone in the match, in my opinion,
Yeah.
by wanting to come up and make it a wrestling match, for
Yeah.
one. So wrong there. And I'm not just digging on Ronaldo. I'm digging on a lot of jiu-jitsu guys say this, right? And the second thing is, this isn't a wrestling match, brother. Wrestling is part of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
It's a part of scoring in the sport.
Yes.
That's like saying, that's like wrestling and getting thrown to your back and being like, well, it doesn't count because this isn't judo. It's still part of
Yeah,
wrestling,
yeah,
dog.
exactly,
It's a
yeah.
move. You're getting thrown to your back.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to
It's
be
like-
on bottom in a wrestling match, in a jiu-jitsu match, you don't want to be on bottom and someone's taking your ass down and you're like, well, this isn't a wrestling match. It kind of is.
Yeah.
It is until...
It's part of it.
Yeah, it's part of it. It's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Which is why there's a whole rule set based off of it. ADCC is based off a lot of wrestling scrambles and wrestling positions.
Yeah.
So people got to stop saying that. People got to stop being like, this isn't a wrestling match, so takedowns shouldn't count. They should especially count, especially if you're a grappler in a match that's not trying to get taken down and you're getting taken down. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Anyway, so that kind of pissed me off, and it pissed me off because he isn't the first person to say that. And he says it isn't a wrestling match, but for his camp, he had a stud wrestling coach, guy who runs Matt Sense Instagram page. He has his own wrestling club. It isn't wrestling, but you bring in a wrestler to come prepare for a jiu-jitsu match. Why are you bringing in a wrestler to prepare for a jiu-jitsu match?
Yeah.
Because
I had no idea.
it's part of the sport.
I had no idea.
Yeah, they have a really good guy over there at Atos. He's a stud. Yeah, and he was part of Ronaldo's camp. So I just saw a video of that recently. So I was like, people got to stop saying this. It's just like, stop. It sounds so cheesy.
It's a shame. Yeah, the main thing with the wrestling, obviously there's like, I guess there's two main things that were frustrating for me. One, obviously him saying that type of stuff, but also like, okay, he wants to wrestle. He's kind of initiating some wrestling exchanges and whatnot. All for it. But there's a point of like you don't see this in wrestling really. There's collar ties. That is game. Mm-hmm. All for it. That is entirely like it exhausts your opponent. It helps set up shots. Everything, snap downs, everything.
Yep.
But when you're just palming your opponent in the face, mixed in with collar ties, that is not doing a palm to the face is not doing anything at all aside from creating space between the two of us, right? So you'll see some points in the match where he was palming me in the face the entire match. I'm not letting it get to me, right? Especially like in the moment, I'm not going to get frustrated by this, but I'm kind of waiting for the ref to be like,
Yeah.
Say something about it, dog. Yeah. You know, this is not a technique. This is creating space to avoid interactions.
Avoid action, yeah.
Yeah. So that was very frustrating. And it was frustrating not having the ref intervene and say, like, hey, this is this isn't fucking jiu-jitsu. You're not doing. I came here to grapple just as much as this guy did, right? Yeah. If you're palming me in the face and extending your hands entirely, that is only creating space between the two of us.
Especially if you're backing up while doing it as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was or not. I'm just saying if you're also doing
that. Yeah, for sure. So that was frustrating.
He looks like he has a very unique style of wrestling. It's like awkward to the point where it's very effective.
Yeah, it's
like his stance looked a little weird. It was
very weird posture, right?
Yeah, it's just like he's just kind of like here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like effective. Yeah. It's weird. It's like,
it almost looks like a kid at like a beginner's class.
Yeah.
I'm not even trying to insult him.
Because it works
like a
very well.
Weird posture.
Yeah,
very weird posture. Yeah. I think it also stems from his arms being very long. So it like he can get away with maybe not having the best posture because he's got very long arms.
Yeah, he utilizes his arms and distance very well.
His hand fighting, his collar ties were great. Great. He did a very good job of using them, and that's completely fair. The palming to the face is excessive.
That's what I saw too. Absurd. I saw this shot. I wish I was in your corner. I saw this shot that was there the whole match, and you hit it once, and that was
a sweep single.
Yes, specifically off from a Zeke sweep. Where he has a collar tie, you over collar tie, and you pop the elbow.
Yeah,
in. Dude, I was seeing it, and I was like, because like you said, he'd palm, but then he would use a collar tie to kind of push into, and it was just there, boom. And I don't think you hit off from a Zeke sweep, but you hit a sweep single kind of off from a similar reaction that he was giving you for the Zeke sweep. And I was like, yes, like that's there. Like, and then you got back up and I was like, that's going to be there every time.
Yeah.
But I don't think you hit it anymore.
Yeah, I hit it. That was the first takedown I attempted. And I don't know if I took him down off that.
I think you did. Even if you didn't, I remember just being such a clean shot. Because whenever I got in deep. Because you could always tell whenever someone's arm is super bent in a collar tie, a lot of times they're using that forearm as pressure into like your chest here to like kind of push it, like push pull.
Yeah.
So when you see it super bent like that, from a spectator's perspective, you can kind of assume, which I've wrestled a long time, so most of the time I'm correct when I assume that he's using that as like a push-in, that's why the Zeke sweep is there, because once you pop that elbow up, you kind of like fall right into the shot.
Yeah.
But that sweep, you could tell you timed it perfectly because he kind of like fell over top of you as you went. It was like boom. Yeah. I was like, damn, that was nice.
Yeah, that was that first shot. That was all instincts. And then everything else was just survive after that. I was so just trying to breathe. It was very frustrating. Very frustrating event for me. That was by far, I would say, one of my worst like physical performances.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's pretty. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty reasonable to say.
Yeah, it's normal too. I mean, you're going to have those.
For sure.
Especially if you're going to be competing, your whole life, you're going to have...
Yeah,
I mean?
One of them's got to be the worst, right?
Yeah, one of them's going to be the worst, exactly.
Not the best performance on my end. Typically, you guys at home, if you guys have ever seen me compete, usually I'm, kind of nonstop pressure. And you saw in this match, I was able to take the guy down, but then when I did get him down, I kind of relented with the pressure. And I was looking for more outside passing, whereas normally I'm looking to pressure, from like split squat position and stuff like that, and looking to get angles from there, which I didn't even initially try that at all. I just kind of Toreando pass a little bit and was trying to get, just outside pass to get an angle, to get some sort of leg shelf passing. But that didn't work out for me too well, and he was just able to kind of posture up immediately, so I had issues with holding him down after taking him down. Even though that was my worst performance, I still I was very confident in like when I was like gonna get my hand raised. I was very, very surprised. Tying in was one thing. I was like, okay, like this was back and forth. I passed his guard, but then he took my back. So like, okay, that can go either way, whatever. And that was a fun match. Great performance as well. So I'm not upset about that. But a match like this was very frustrating. Yeah, very frustrating. So, just kind of short-term memory. Obviously, learn from the experience. Learn that, okay, JayRod, maybe I have to. Learn to integrate some other things into my passing, and obviously don't maybe take advice from your brother and don't go into a match with everything going on in your life, fucking like when you're dying and all the just chaos. But what else? That's
an interesting topic I'd like to kind of touch on.
Yeah,
because my club coach used to emphasize this very heavily whenever we'd compete, because I competed all year round, so I was always competing. So he's always just referencing this kind of stuff. That before a big event, he'd always be like, "Make sure your life is straight," and he'd always say that. He was like, he'd always say, because we're in high school, so he assumed that we're dealing with girls and stuff.
Yeah.
He would always say like, if you have a girlfriend that y'all are like back and forth on, he's like, cut it off. Yeah. He's like, cut it off. Deal with it after the tournament.
Yeah.
He was like, if your grades are slipping, get it straight. Get them straight this week. He always just go through examples of like leading up to a big example is get your life straight.
Yeah.
Because whether you think it will affect you or not, it will.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Everything is a distraction.
Yeah, it'll affect you. Distraction. And a lot of people say it doesn't affect them, and it's easy to say that.
No way.
Yeah, it's easy to say that when they win. If they win, then they're like, obviously it didn't affect me.
No, bro.
That's not. We don't know that. It still could have affected you, but you just won.
Yeah.
So it's very important. And so with that being said, it's interesting to me that in sports, jiu-jitsu and wrestling specifically for me, it's definitely thrown around a lot, and very easily people throw around the phrase "you're giving an excuse," and I think it's thrown around a little too loosely, in my opinion, because we're in a combat sport, obviously you're expected to be tough and hard mentally and physically, which is true. But when people are always like, I'm feeling sick or I'm injured, blah, blah, it's like, oh, you're giving an excuse. Maybe it is an excuse, but it's correct.
What I mean? It's also life.
Yeah, it's like, it is correct.
Yeah.
If I went into this match with a bum knee compared to without a bum knee, I've done this before. I know which one I perform better and which one I don't.
Yeah.
Like I've done this before. Or I've competed sick before and I've competed not sick. I can tell you right now which one I do better. And like I've felt it. I know. Yeah. So it's not that I'm giving an excuse. It's I have experience of how I react to these things.
Yep.
So sometimes when people are so quick to be like, oh, you're giving an excuse, I'm like, calm down. Like I've been doing this my whole life. I know how I'm going to react to certain things.
Yeah.
I know myself more than you know me.
For sure.
Know? So
of course.
So I think that's a topic that needs to chill out a little bit with people. It's people. It's always the couch athletes, people who don't even compete, who don't even train, are the ones who are like, oh, you're giving an excuse.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, if you have someone who's also in the trenches with you saying it, yeah, that's a little different.
Yeah.
But it's always the dad and the bleachers saying, he's giving an excuse, and it's like, well, he's saying it for a reason, probably, and so if it comes from you, we know you're being legit if you ever say like, I feel a little sick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because especially when it comes from someone who doesn't really say that much, or if you ever someone who doesn't really cry about being injured, and one day they're just like, my knee's fucked.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Something's probably wrong,
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's the way I kind of view that.
I agree for sure. No, it's like the fucking boy who cried wolf type of deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What was I? Oh, I'm taking over the. So I lost my match. What else did I want to say about that? I think that was pretty much all. Maybe I'll circle back, but I lost my match, and I immediately text Nikki Ryan, since Nikki Ryan is gonna be away with surgery. I was like, dude,
yeah.
I need to fill in your classes. My competition career is over.
I'm done. I'm retired today.
I will say, oh man, it's just a frustrating experience. I keep saying this over and over, but it's like, man, if I was that close, like with everything going on, all that drama and everything, then I can definitely beat that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's very frustrating.
No, you could definitely beat him even more so than what you did.
Yeah.
But
it's like, every time that I do a who's number one or something like that, I have plans. Like I have like a call out in mind. I have this in mind. I had shit written down. I was
ready. You're ready.
I was ready. I was rehearsing this stuff in the mirror and everything. Yeah. Fuck. God damn, I don't want to say it. Shit.
You look at it, the first sentence is like, so good match for Ronaldo, blah blah. You're just like, oh fuck. didn't do that.
I was just gonna say, like, this was a tough camp. If I won, I was gonna say this was a tough camp for me. Yada yada. Went through a bunch of stuff. Ford, I was gonna look at the camera. Ford, fix my fucking Raptor.
Nice, yes.
And then I was gonna call out Pedro. Pedro just got the belt. I was like, I want a belt this year.
You can definitely get that by the end of the year.
I sure hope so.
I sure hope
so. We'll see. I would love to compete against Pedro. I had a really close match with him at the first ADCC. I lost to him by 1 point, and we ended the match in
inches away from a score.
Essentially, yeah. So we ended the match in a 3/4 mount, I believe it's called. And if you don't know what it is, don't worry. I believe I have it. Oh, I don't. I must have gotten rid of it.
He has it in a file on his phone that says matches I almost won.
It's a big file.
It's a big folder.
No, I do not have it, unfortunately. I used to have it as a wallpaper for my screensaver. Whenever I was feeling, I don't know, emotional, I would look at it. I would put it as my wallpaper. You just see my foot. Just my foot. I'm essentially mounted, and just my foot is. He's got my foot like wrapped up.
That sucks, dude.
Just 1 foot. Very frustrating.
I get an itch sometimes to start being this way, and sometimes I think it's the right way to be. But like, being a lot less humble, and being more like just, I don't know. Well, once
like,
I
say the shit you want to say.
Yeah, just say the shit I want to say. Well, once I get back in the swing of things and competing, like if I win a match and I had a bum knee, I'm like, yeah, I won this match and I was 50%.
Yeah.
I whooped your ass and I had a bum knee.
Yeah.
Or if I lost, be like, man, you're lucky my knees hurt. I'd have whooped your ass. Just be straight up.
Unrelenting. Yeah.
It's unrelenting. Like, no, don't be humble. Don't be like, just say it how it is. You know?
Say it how it is. Yeah.
Just say it how it is.
I think that's one thing, Then if you're saying it how it is, then it's like, what else? You can't really say much.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. It's almost a little frowned upon if you say it as it is. You know what I mean? It's
I think it's one thing to frown upon if people are like talking like crazy shit. But if you're just saying how it is,
I just want to say how it is. That's it.
How it is, bro.
That's all I'm doing.
Yeah. What else? What has happened that trip? Pretty quick trip. So it was me, Ethan, and Freddie. Freddie was our cameraman, and Ethan came to coach me. First day, we landed, went to Whole Foods, and then went straight to the beach because we're like, everything is like 20 minutes from the beach. And it's beautiful over there. So spent some time, hopped in the water. It was very cold water. Ate some food on the beach. Freddie got there. chilled, and then the next day we trained at 8 a.m. with AOJ, Art of Jiu-Jitsu. Very, very fun experience.
How close is that gym to the beach, would you say?
Right, everything's like 30 minutes away from the shore.
Wow.
Yeah. They have 2 gyms. I'm assuming one's probably further than the other to the
Both
shore.
Costa Mesa.
One's in Costa Mesa, and then the other one is, oh God, I don't want to say the wrong thing. I'm not sure where the second location is.
But it is in California.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, both in we went to both of them.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So the first day we went
The
to
super nice one's Costa Mesa. All right.
They're both super nice.
They're both kind of the same vibe?
For sure, yeah.
Really?
I mean, one is, you can tell, like, okay, this is like a little bit more broken into. It's still beautiful, like, beautiful place. And also, we went from the new, like, untouched one to, like, the gym where there's like 80 kids on the mats.
There's one that you had that big flat screen TV like in between the 2 mats on the wall.
Well, yeah, we went to that
and
one
then you
as
have
well.
one that has a bunch of like art looking paints on the wall.
Yeah,
that's different, right?
Yeah,
okay.
2 different ones. Yeah. The first one we went to was their newest location. Absolutely stunning. It was, I believe it was an old bank initially, and they did a bunch of renovating and turned it into a beautiful, beautiful gym. They have their own system where they have, obviously you guys have seen, they have their own guest apparel, right? So if you don't want to buy their apparel, I guess you can rent it essentially, especially if you're just like a visitor, just dropping in for a day or something like that. You can rent a rash guard, etc. Yeah, we walk in and they're like, hey, here you go.
Welcome to the club.
Well, yeah, we put it on. First time I ever wore spats. The spats were like integrated into the shorts.
It looks slick.
It looks really slick.
It looks slick.
Yeah. Looks very professional, coordinated. All the good stuff. And we didn't get to experience too much more, just kind of a like shakeout last minute before the competition. So this was we did 3-minute rounds with Pato, Tynan, Kolabate, Janata Gracie, and then a couple other guys. All super talented.
Yeah.
All very similar games. Like
really,
kind of, I guess, obvious.
They're guard players, right? They're hard guard players.
Very, very intricate guards.
Except for Janatas, he's a big top player guy.
I guess he's a top player, but
from
surely,
Atos.
Yeah, he's from Atos. Surely that will like. He switched to AOJ,
Mm-hmm.
so surely this will help his guard, assuming he's working on progressing in that aspect.
The Mendez brothers there?
The Mendez Guy was there.
That's his name?
Yeah.
His name's Guy.
Yeah. I think it's GUI, I want to say.
Imagine entering a tournament and you have a guy named Guy. Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. So Guy Mendez was there. He went. I mean, it's an early session, 8 a.m., and he just came to just talk to us and run the rounds, essentially. Tell us, run the clock and tell us, oh yeah, switch partners.
He's a stud.
Cool. Cool. Speaking with him and whatnot. He also gave me some advice after my after the event. So that was cool. Yeah.
He seemed like a cool guy.
Yeah, they're all very good people. I was kind of expecting them to be I don't know what I expected them to be, but they were a lot just very chill. Just like talking to the guys. Even if I'm just got done competing with them and stuff like that, like we just fought Tynan a couple months back, and it's just like chill.
One of my
cool.
go-to attacks that I was practicing like a month ago and practice a lot, and I really like. It's become one of my go-to attacks from the front headlock I got from Guy Mendez.
What is it?
It's a slick. I love arm bars. I think arm bars are, I don't know.
I wish I could do them.
Dude, I love arm bars.
Me as well. They're very satisfying.
Dude, they're very satisfying. And I, thinking back on it, a lot of my matches I've had since I started jiu-jitsu, I want to say like at least 80% of the matches I've finished in submissions have been my armbar.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I was looking through highlights not too long ago, and I was like, man, those are all arm bars.
Damn.
And I get them a lot in practice. And so when I saw, yes, it is interesting. I love arm bars because once I understood the concept of like, for me to get an arm bar, I don't need to get to an arm bar. I just need a Kimura grip on the arm. And once I understood that concept, I could just start getting them from everywhere.
Yeah.
Because I'm always looking to try and get to like this position.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no, just get to this position. Just get that Kimura grip, and you can get to the armbar. Anyway, I saw him hit this slick armbar rolling at AOJ. He's in a front headlock, and he scoops an underhook. I got this on you, Nick Mattia, and Nick Mattia actually asked me to show him this move, and I was like, I got it from Guy Mendez. I did not make this up. But he has an underhook from front headlock, slides left knee up underneath, and goes to like a Troy bar from the front headlock, pulls it in, and then he like reaches behind his head, grabs the foot, and like rolls the dude over to his back and finishes. And I was like, what?
Is this in the gi?
No.
Really? This was no gi.
He did it to Pato and while rolling in practice. And it was so slick. I haven't really gotten down the roll part yet, but I've been able to just enter tight right into a Troy bar from the front headlock, throw that right foot, insert it like behind the armpit, and just finish from the side here. Just bring it to the opposite hip.
Wow.
And I love it, dude. I love it. And I got it from him.
Damn.
Yeah, so shout out Guy Mendez.
Yeah. Yeah, they're awesome. All good people. Where was we at?
I'm gonna hold it some, okay?
You have to put it all the way in.
Okay. Just breathe out if...
Mom, can you just do it?
I know I shouldn't curse in front of my mom, but cauliflower ear sucks. I use Buds ear magnets. I really wish I would have had these magnets, but my ears were messed up. These keep my cauliflower ear at bay. They're the original and best quality cauliflower ear magnets on the market. Step 1, drain your ear. Step 2, pick your buds. Step 3, put them on your ear. Make the right decision. Invest in these collie buds so your ears don't look like chicken nuggets like mine. Check them out on Amazon or colliebuds.com. I had ears. Train with your buds. Yeah, we did the first session, then we competed. You guys heard enough about that shit. And then the day after, before our flight, hit up Tyler and we're like, bro, let's train in the gi. So we did another 8 a.m. session. I slept about 4 hours because I stood up all night just watching my match. Yeah, I got to train in the gi with Tynan, and I'm forgetting this guy's name. I want to say it starts with an M. I can't remember it. Yeah, trained in the gi. It was fucking a lot of fun.
Yeah,
a lot of fun. It was a crazy feeling this guy's pressure on like being on bottom. Obviously he's fucking ragdolling me a bit. He can fucking do whatever he wants. He was just toying with me. He didn't even submit me. He's just toying with me.
Yeah, just the control is like...
Yeah. He gets on top and he's passing and I'm like, oh, fuck.
I'm in danger.
This is different. This is different. So that was really, really fun to experience. And then me and Ethan trained in the gi as well. He said he called it a bow and arrow choke. He said he submitted me with a bow and arrow choke. Yeah, it was really fun scrap. It's fun to like fucking grab shit.
The only thing I miss about the gi is it does feel cooler when like after a match I'd get up and like you have no shirt on underneath. Gi's a little messy. There's like blood stain on the gi. You just feel a little tougher in the gi. You know what I mean? I get up and I'm like, man, you feel like you're in like a battle armor suit or something. I don't know. The gi doesn't. The no gi doesn't quite feel the same.
Yeah.
That gi just felt. I don't know. It felt a little cooler.
Yeah.
That's about it. That's the only thing I miss.
I do think I learned how to tie my belt, like officially. I think Tynan showed me.
Nice.
I think I've still got it. I'm actually going to train tonight in the gi.
Really?
Yeah.
I practice.
Yeah.
You train evenings now?
I just I'm avoiding deep depression, so I'm just trying to spend more time
trying to stay on the mat.
Yeah. If I do anything,
it's a good cure.
If I do nothing for too long, I'll remember all the pain and everything. So I just distract myself constantly with training and podcasting and everything.
And Minecrafting.
And Minecraft. Oh my gosh.
Minecrafting.
Talk about Minecraft, bro. Yeah. I guess that was pretty much all for the trip.
You mentioned how wealthy the area was when you came back by having money.
Yeah, very wealthy. Bro, we got these donuts with
how's the food there? Did you get to try anything cool?
Nothing too crazy. I mean, we're just getting ready for competition, so really just went to Whole Foods and ate pretty clean food leading up to the event. And then the day after, we got these donuts. I believe it's called Side Cart. We went with Tynan took us Side Cart donuts. They were some of the best donuts I've ever had in my entire life.
Really?
Yeah. Tynan's talking about this maple bacon donut, and I'm like, I've heard this before. Like, not like I like the idea in theory, but it's never really well executed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we go in, and I'm like, I'm just gonna get this like, it was like a butter and salt donut. It's just like a simple like classic glaze. It's like, I'm just gonna get this, and it's like, no, you have to get the maple bacon, and you have to get this chocolate. And I was like, all right, I'm getting 3 donuts. And then I think Ethan got 6 donuts. I was like, 6 donuts, and it was $30 for 6 donuts.
Wow.
$30 for 6 donuts. Wild pricing.
Wow.
Wild. Yeah. So yeah, brother, if you're paying $30 for donuts, wealthy area. Wealthy area.
Yeah. You got some money over there.
Yeah. So I mean, amazing donuts. Sat and talked with the boys for a bit, and then just flew home and straight back to training. Not a bad trip overall, frustrating performance, whatnot, but I'm healthy, so I'm chilling.
That's right.
As for what were we talking about before? We're talking about Minecraft or no?
I mentioned Minecraft. Oh, you're talking about training the gi. Is what you're talking about before?
No. Maybe it was just Minecraft.
No. It was you're talking about training in the evening, and I was like, you're training in the evening now.
Oh yeah, just avoiding depression.
Yeah. That was the last topic.
Yeah. The evening session, as well as I'll just come home and then play Minecraft immediately.
Yep.
Bro, so guys, surprise, we have fallen back into well, actually, maybe, I don't know how busy you are, but we started a new Minecraft world.
And what he means to say is an epic journey has unfolded once again.
Yes. So we start this world up. We haven't played video games in a very long time.
No.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Yeah. So we hop on and we just start this world. Walk a little bit to this jungle.
It all just comes so natural once again.
It was very smooth.
Very smooth.
It was very smooth. Walk a bit to this jungle area. See a big tree. We're like, tree house.
I like that tree.
Tree house.
It's pixelated very well.
Yes. And we ended up, the tree was so big, we ended up making a 3-tier, essentially like a living platform. So multi-level tree house. And in order to get, so I guess initially Josh built a staircase going all the way up, so like a spiral staircase. the issue was the skeletons were going up the staircase and absolutely killing us.
Just ragdolling us.
Ragdolling us, dude. They were, and they got kickback too. So you're getting knocked off our treehouse.
I'm getting knocked off the platform.
Yep.
To then fall into a group of another like 3 skeletons. I'm like, bro, what's going on? It's a straight up ambush.
Too accurate.
Thinking back on it now, you know why there's so many skeletons?
Why?
It makes sense now. Like, we're in the jungle biome, so they're like tribes. They're like tribal people. It makes sense now,
there are like designated, like the ice biome has ice skeletons.
Yeah. These are definitely tribal skeletons. We've infringed on their turf.
Yes. Yeah, we're right next to the temple and everything.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Cursed ground.
So, what we had to do to get rid of this, we had to get rid of the staircase, and then in turn we put a vine and a ladder up the side of the tree in order to get to the first layer where we have storage and furnace and everything is beautiful. And then you go up to the second layer with a spiral staircase up to the second area. We have kind of living quarters. I'm assuming we're going to put like armor hangers. I was trying to figure out
like the top could be like where the armor and like enchanting table is, like kind of like
that's right. We got a lot of shit to put down.
I kind of like it's gonna be a treehouse that's very like dense, a lot of volume.
Yeah,
it's all like everything's crammed in there. You know what I mean? It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool.
Yes.
We've decorated to where it's like there's vines coming down within the treehouse. You have like a treehouse. The top of the tree still intact. So you have like leaves all at the top. Get to the very top, you see the sunset. We have kind of like a mini volcano because of the lava that comes down.
That's right.
It's like a lava, dude. It's a perfect spot.
Yeah.
But the second those skeletons evolve and learn how to climb a ladder, we're shit out of luck.
I think there is some sort of spawner or something, or a cave directly under our treehouse, because I hear a lot of zombies and a lot of mobs.
Good.
But there's even during the daytime, you hear them, so they're underground somewhere.
Good, I'm excited to go down there.
Yeah, we can do that today.
We'll go find out real soon.
So we did that super quick. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the second we got home, we walked like for like 5 minutes. We're just like, you see that cool looking cliff over there in the jungle biome? We're like, yeah, let's go check that out.
Yeah.
We walk over there, just this perfect big ass thick tree, and I'm just like,
yes.
And so it begins.
Yeah, that game's a lot of fun.
It is fun, dude. It's just so
people
fun.
talk their shit, but Minecraft.
I mean, you can't talk shit about a game that sold more copies than any other game in history.
Minecraft is the most sold game. I completely believe that.
Yep.
Than
any game in history. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's on multiple platforms as well.
Yep. It's on every platform, on mobile, everything, and it's just so it's universal, dude. Like all ages can play it. It's very simple. Yep. So that's a goated game.
It's simple, but dog, if you are trying to beat Minecraft,
if you're trying to play it like it was intended to be played,
luck.
Yeah, if you're trying to play it like it's intended to be played, it's a very in-depth game.
Yeah.
But the game also allows you, if you don't want to go in depth, you don't have to.
Yeah.
But if you do, there's a rabbit hole you can go down.
Yeah.
So
I told Damien today, I was like, "Oh, you gonna hop on Minecraft?" It's Minecraft, brother. I'm not playing Minecraft. Am I a child? Dude, it's just Minecraft.
Get on Minecraft, Damien.
I would love to see him try to fight the Ender Dragon, get absolutely railed, and be like, now do all the steps to get to this motherfucker.
Yeah. Come back. Let me show you the ropes.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as you think.
No.
I want to say there's like more bosses. There's a new creature that you can beat in the game that's not the Ender Dragon.
We never did the underwater.
We never did underwater, but I saw a video where I told someone like I beat the Ender Dragon, and he's like, but did you beat like the? He named something, and I was like, what's that? He goes, that's like the new end game boss.
Well, we killed the Ender Dragon and we killed the Warden.
It wasn't the Warden, it was something else. It might be a mod. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure there's something else.
There's more?
We disturbed the nest.
Shit.
The Ender Dragon was the baby.
Oh, man. Yeah, what else is going on? I've got I don't know how suddenly I'm staying with Kieran at in Canada.
You're staying with Kieran in Canada?
Yeah, I've got 2 seminars. I have a little bit of information written down.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 2 seminars in Canada. One will be March 1st. That will be in Sudbury. I want to say, man, I don't know the gym name. It might just be Troop MMA. Troop MMA is the account, the Instagram account. But I don't know if that's the actual gym name. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like Troop MMA Sudbury is the account. So if you guys want to get your tickets, it'll be in Sudbury. How do I say this?
Let me see. Ontario? Yeah, Ontario.
Ontario?
I think so. Ontario.
Sudbury, Ontario. That's where I'll be March 1st. And then March 2nd, I will be at TriStar Burlington BJJ March 2nd. You guys can DM them in order to get your tickets for the seminars. Seminar will be about 2 hours of technique, followed by Q&A, live training, and, pictures and whatnot. So it'll be a good time. We're in talks of whatever they want me to show. So I'm not too sure what I'll be showing yet. But regardless, it's going to be good shit. So you guys won't want to miss it. And I don't go up to Canada often. It's going to be cold as hell. So if you guys are interested and nearby, this might be, one of your opportunities to meet the 0-5 JayRod. What else is going on? How's your life going? What's going on with? What's your schedule looking like?
I've been at Home Depot a lot recently.
Honestly, fun place.
It is a fun place.
Yeah.
The more I go there, the more I'm like, man, it's like
cool.
a real life Minecraft. I can just buy stuff here to build stuff and just. I didn't even know this tool existed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm starting to like the place a lot. But I went there 2 or 3 days ago, to buy a refrigerator, a mini refrigerator. Cool, beautiful. Let me rephrase that. Beautiful, luxurious, freezing cold, top of the line refrigerator for my gym. There we go. I wasn't quite sure if it was going to fit in my car or not, but I measured it with a tape measure.
Really? Dog, you need a truck, brother.
I need a truck. So this is what happened. I measure it, and I measured the width and height of the door opening, and then I measured the box once we got into Home Depot, and I was like, oh, it can fit. It was like 2 inches under. What I didn't take into account of the door, when the door opens, it doesn't open up all the way. So it takes away a lot of that because you can't get in there smoothly. Long story short, didn't fit. I'm trying everything to get this box in there. I was like, shit, this thing does not fit. I was like, what do I do? What do I do?
Strap her to the top, bro.
I was going to strap her. I was going to, I'm a crazy MFer, dude. I was like, at the end of the day, I will carry this thing to the gym. I seriously thought that.
You could do something like put it in the trunk. If the trunk won't close, then you could put straps on top of the trunk.
I was either going to, the thought came in my mind of if I have to carry it, I will. But I was like, I'll just call an Uber, a truck Uber, and
That's what you did.
no. I tried one more shot to put the car in. Some random dude walks by. This Mexican guy barely spoke English. He was like, you help? He's like, you need help? First he said help in Spanish, and I was like, brother, I don't know what you're saying. he said help in Spanish. I was like, hola. I don't know. But super nice guy. He's like, hey, you need help? He got out. You need help? And I was like, he's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, truck.
Yeah.
He's like, no, but he had like a hatchback, like Honda SUV that the whole back opened up and you could like fit stuff in the back, like an old beat up Honda, dude. We were able to fit the refrigerator in the back of this random dude's truck. I'm sitting there thinking like this dude could just drive off my refrigerator. I don't know this guy. Thing barely fits in his car, but it fit. We closed it. And he's like, you just drive my car. I was like, all right. I hop in there. This car is beat up, dude. It was a beat up car. I think that thing goes. I'm like, all right, yo, hop in, brother. I'm taking you to my gym.
Wow.
Yeah, so he hops in the car. I tell Teresa, I'm like, just follow us in the back. Make sure I don't get mugged.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this because of any sort of race. I'm just skeptical of the strangers in general. Yeah. I'm like, I'm getting this random dude's car, but he was so nice. I'm sitting there driving this dude's random car down like 25-minute drive.
Yeah.
Small talk with this dude. You know, I'm like, so where do you live in Georgetown? Yeah. It turns out he owned his own landscaping business. Been living in Georgetown for 30 years.
Wow.
Super cool guy. Turns out there was like a trailer park. We passed like to get to my gym. It's an RV park. And like he lives like in the RV park or something like that. So he's like right there next to my gym. And I was like, oh wow, okay, cool. Well, anyways, I drive this stranger's car to the car or to the gym, drop off the refrigerator. I pay him $50.
Sick.
And he did not want the money. We argued for like 3 minutes on the money. He's like, no, way too much, way too much. I was like, brother, take $50. I was like, there's about 20 people walked by that car. It did not help.
Yeah.
Which I was not expecting help. So the fact that you stopped says a lot.
Yeah.
So just take the $50. So he took it. I got my refrigerator in my gym, set it all up, immediately filled up with water.
Sick.
Got some videos, got some pictures. I was like, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So that was my whole day like 2 days ago.
How much was the fridge?
It was like $260.
Okay.
You see the video of it? Hold on. I've been putting together some good videos.
What could be a good video of a fridge?
Me, what I put together. just. And the caption is like talking about what.
I see.
Okay, yeah, come on, dude. Yeah. Come on.
That's good.
All right.
That's good. Sick. You're gonna have a lot more experiences like that as a business owner. So
I know.
Highly recommend you get a truck because it's gonna be a massive fucking headache.
Did I tell you I already had someone like threaten me in my gym?
I believe so.
I told you, right?
With the like, I'll see you there.
Yeah, okay, I did. Okay, yeah. The guy that was like, he's like, when y'all open, blah, blah, blah. I was like, April 1st. And he's like, I'll be there. And I was like, all right. He's like, yeah, I can't wait to smash y'all on y'all's heads. And I was like, all right, I'll be here as well.
Yeah. With my blicky.
On my side. There will be no grappling involved.
Yeah.
Just be instant game over. But yeah, I was like, man, already? Like, and then I've had like 7 people reach out to me asking for more information. Just all from one like lousy ad I put out.
Yeah.
Until I can get more content. But, and dude, so I had that guy reach out. By all means, everyone's welcome at my new gym. But we've talked about this before. Like, if you can't do one push-up, then I don't think doing a combat sport it should be in the forefront of what's next in your journey. Okay, like it's just the truth. And so I got a message from someone, and like I see the profile picture, I'm just like, you can come But
Yeah.
just know you'll probably be wasting your money. Because
I mean, I feel like a lot of people like that, like they just want a sense of community. They want a sense of purpose.
That's fine, but that's typically not why they come. They come because they're delusional, and they think they're going to come in here and
then so be it. You're still getting paid, brother.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, everyone's welcome. You come tell me what your goals are, and I will always help you.
Yeah.
But realize, like, if you can't do one push up, you're probably not going to be able to go out here flying triangle on someone at practice.
Yeah.
So when you can't do that, don't put your arms up and be like, why can't I do this?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So everyone's welcome, but I see some pictures. I'm like, all right, you're more than welcome to come. But in my head, I'm like, what's your expectation out of this?
Yeah.
Are you trying to become super efficient in jiu-jitsu? Let's get efficient at walking first. You know what I mean? Like, let's get efficient at just being able to do a cartwheel first, which I will help you with. But I see a lot of people, with that being said, they get discouraged very quickly because they have this false sense of reality of how they think it's going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see.
We shall see.
Yep. It's going to be an amazing trip. I have some big plans. It's going to be sick. Like, when it's open, you're going to come out there. You're going to go and check it out.
Yeah.
You're going to look at it. And you're going to like it. And we're going to train. We're going to scrap on the beautiful mats.
I'm excited to see. I know all your hard work will culminate to something.
Hopefully. So. I've been waiting for 18 years for it to accumulate to something. So,
I guess we'll wrap her up, eh?
Mm-hmm.
We have one sponsor supporting the podcast. If you guys don't know by now, Collie Buds. They make magnets for your ears. Whenever you get cauliflower ear, you drain that sucker, put those magnets on so you will avoid any sort of extra inflammation for your ears. What else is going on? Any announcements to make?
Are we filming the bikes this weekend?
I would assume so. Yeah. Yeah, we should be able to.
Because it's very rainy and gross and gloomy today.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't. Yeah,
I'd like to do it a day where it looks somewhat enjoyable.
yeah. We'll figure out a day. We'll get that filmed, and
we got some stuff coming y'all's way.
Yeah, it's been coming for about 3 months now.
It's coming.
Yeah, we're very busy. Very busy.
It's coming. It's been very cold the past 2 months. It was winter time. Not a whole lot of bike riding, but
yeah,
it's about to change.
Yes. If you guys enjoyed today's podcast, make sure you guys drop a comment down below. Drop a pickaxe and a diamond emoji.
I like
pickaxe and a diamond emoji for Minecraft, baby.
I like that.
Yeah. As always, thank you guys for the support, and we will see you on the next one.
Peace.